When a racing team accidentally hints that one of their biggest stars might be hanging up the helmet soon, fans start asking questions. And that's exactly what happened when Joe Gibbs Racing released its 2026 season preview on February 4th. Denny Hamlin has been racing in NASCAR for 20 years now. That's 2 full decades of burning rubber, fighting for wins, and coming so close to a championship he can almost taste it. But here's the thing. He's never actually won that championship. And now, according to what Joe Gibbs Racing just put out, time might be running out. The preview didn't come right out and say Denny's retiring soon, but the way they talked about this season made it pretty clear. They're treating 2026 like it could be his second to last year behind the wheel. That means if they're right, 2027 might be when Denny Hamlin drives his final race. Let's talk about what this really means. Hamlin isn't just any driver. He's won races at every major track. He's been to victory lane more times than most drivers dream about. When people talk about the best drivers who never won a championship, Denny's name is always at the top of that list. And that's gotta hurt. Think about doing something for 20 years and being really, really good at it. You win all the time. Everyone knows your name. But there's one prize you've never gotten, and it's the biggest one of all. That's where Denny is right now. He's a sure thing for the Hall of Fame. Nobody questions whether he belongs there. But that championship trophy? It's still missing from his shelf. The preview from Joe Gibbs Racing used some interesting words. They talked about Hamlin's career in a way that sounded like they were looking back on it, not forward to many more years. Racing teams don't usually do that unless they know something. And what they probably know is that Denny has already told them his plans. Here's something important to understand. Drivers don't just wake up one day and quit. There's a lot of planning involved. Teams need to know so they can find replacements. Sponsors need time to decide if they're staying or going. And the driver needs to feel good about when to walk away. All of this takes time, sometimes years. So, if Joe Gibbs Racing is already hinting about 2027 being the end, Hamlin probably made this decision a while ago. He's just keeping it quiet for now. That's smart. If you announce your retirement too early, everything changes. Some people might think you're not trying as hard. Sponsors might get nervous. It's better to let the hints slip out slowly. Hamlin just locked in a huge deal with National Debt Relief for the 2026 season. This is big news. National Debt Relief is a company that helps people manage their money problems, and now they're putting their name on Hamlin's number 11 car. This isn't just a small sponsorship either. This is a major partnership that will cover multiple races throughout the season. The National Debt Relief deal is important for a few reasons. First, it shows that big companies still believe in Hamlin. They're willing to spend serious money to have their logo on his car. Second, it gives Hamlin the financial support he needs for what might be his final 2 seasons. And third, it tells us something interesting. Big sponsors don't throw money at drivers who are about to retire unless they know exactly what's happening. So, National Debt Relief probably knows about Hamlin's timeline already. The sponsorship also gives Hamlin security. He won't have to worry about funding or support. He can just focus on racing and trying to get that championship. That's probably exactly what he wanted when he signed the deal. Having a solid sponsor means the team can put all their energy into making the car fast instead of looking for money. Joe Gibbs Racing released pictures of the Daytona car, and fans are already excited. The paint scheme looks fast even when it's sitting still, but there's a weird feeling hanging over everything now. Could this be one of Hamlin's last times racing at Daytona? The track where he's won 3 times, where he's had some of his best moments. Seeing that National Debt Relief car cross the finish line at Daytona would be a great way to start what might be his final chapter. Daytona means everything to NASCAR drivers. Winning there is special. Hamlin has won the Daytona 500 before, but that was years ago. Winning it again, especially with a new sponsor and possibly in his second to last season, would be huge. It would show everyone that he's still got what it takes. It would shut up anyone who thinks he's past his prime. Hamlin is 45 years old now. That's not ancient in NASCAR, but it's not young either. Some drivers race into their 50s and still do well. Others start to struggle in their mid-40s. So far, Hamlin has shown he can still win. Last season proved that. But how many more seasons does he have at this level? Maybe 2. Maybe 3 at most. Joe Gibbs Racing knows this too. They're not going to waste these seasons. They'll give Hamlin everything he needs, the best equipment, the best crew, the best strategy. They want him to go out on top. And more than that, they owe it to him. He's been loyal to this team for his entire career. He's brought them wins and money and respect. Getting him a championship before he retires would be the perfect way to say thank you. But winning a championship isn't easy. Hamlin has come close before, really close. He's finished in the top 10 in points more times than most fans can count. He's made it to the championship 4 multiple times. But something always goes wrong. A bad pit stop, a flat tire, another driver making a desperate move. In racing, you need speed and skill, but you also need luck. And lately, luck hasn't been on Hamlin's side. There's also the question of what happens to his race team after he retires. Hamlin co-owns 23XI Racing with Michael Jordan. That's right, the Michael Jordan from basketball. Their team has been growing and getting better. They've got Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace driving for them. But what happens when Hamlin stops driving for Joe Gibbs Racing? Does he focus full-time on being a team owner? Does he maybe even drive for his own team for a season or two? Nobody knows yet. The National Debt Relief sponsorship could also play a role in his future. If the partnership goes well this season, maybe they'd follow him to whatever comes next. Or maybe this deal was specifically for his final seasons at Joe Gibbs Racing. Either way, having a strong sponsor relationship makes the transition easier when a driver decides to hang it up. What we do know is that change is coming. The 2026 season preview from Joe Gibbs Racing made that clear. Whether they meant to or not, they've started the conversation about Hamlin's retirement. And once that conversation starts, it doesn't stop. Fans will be watching every race now, wondering if this could be the year. Reporters will be asking questions. Other drivers will be thinking about what happens when Hamlin is gone. For now, Hamlin is focused on 2026. He's got National Debt Relief backing him. He's got a fast car with a great paint scheme. He's got a team that believes in him. And he's still got that fire to win a championship. The preview might have hinted at his retirement, but it didn't say he's slowing down. Not yet. Not while there's still a chance to grab that trophy. The NASCAR season is long. 36 races, hundreds of laps, thousands of miles. Anything can happen. And if Hamlin really does only have 2 seasons left, you better believe he's going to make them count. Every race matters now. Every point matters. Every opportunity to win matters. Because the clock is ticking, and everyone knows it. When that National Debt Relief car hits the track at Daytona, it'll be the start of something special. Maybe it's the beginning of Hamlin's championship run. Maybe it's the start of his farewell tour. Either way, fans won't want to miss a single lap. This season is going to be important, and that blue and white number 11 car is going to be right in the middle of everything.